All right, time flies when you're having fun. Can you believe it? Mossy Oak Turkey Season Live, week 4 already right here on the Mossy Oak Go app. Hey, it's so much fun bringing you all this stuff. We love looking at it. Hopefully everybody's out getting stuff for next year's Mossy Oak Go Turkey Season Live. I know I'm out there right now doing some of that stuff. Anyway, got another great week, kind of peeked at some of the stuff we're gonna get to see. So y'all sit down, do whatever you do to watch Mossy Oak Turkey Season Live. All right, coming up, NWTF's America's Big Six initiative. You know, we've been showing this since week 1. We've been to Maine, we've been to North Florida, northern Kentucky. This week, they're way out west, dry, arid, different kind of terrain. But guess what? Anywhere there's possible turkey habitat, turkeys moving into, they're on top of it. I love that. That's again the reason Mossy Oak stands shoulder to shoulder with NWTF on conservation issues. Y'all check this out.
The National Wild Turkey Federation has taken a focused approach to conservation through their America's Big Six of wildlife conservation. 6 regions encompassing 738 million acres were identified to address the most urgent needs and better focused resources. These regions are America's Western Wildlands, America's Great Open Spaces, America's Crossroads, America's Mid-South Rebirth, America's Southern Piney Woods, and America's Colonial Forests. In these regions, the NWTF and its partners are taking conservation delivery to a whole new level.
North central part of Wyoming, we're in the Bighorn Basin. The Bighorn Basin is a relatively dry area. It's surrounded by mountain ranges on all 4 sides. It's got the Absaroka Beartooth Range to the west. It's got the Pryor Mountain Range to the north and the Bighorn Mountains to the east and the Owl Creek Range to the south. So basically what happens is it results in an extremely arid environment. There's only about 6 to 10 inches of rainfall a year here in the basin. And so the rivers that are associated that run through the basin, primarily the Bighorn River and the Shoshone River, these are the lifeblood of the communities. Communities like Cody, Powell, Byron, Lovell, Grable, Worland. These communities and the ranchers and farmers that live in the basin are extremely reliant upon the water that are found within these rivers. Of course, the National Wild Turkey Federation's interest in the rivers is the riparian areas themselves. These are lands that are associated with rivers and streams and water bodies, but they provide extremely important wildlife habitat. But to the communities and the citizens that live in the basin, it's more than just wildlife habitat. The ranchers and farmers need this water to basically grow crops and feed their cattle and graze. Riparian areas serve much like wetlands in that they can actually trap sediments and improve water quality. What's so unique about the riparian areas is that they only comprise about 2 or 3% of the total landscape in the northern plains states. Many state and federal wildlife agencies, they have these listed as sensitive and priority areas of conservation concern. It's estimated that 70 to 80% of all plains wildlife species utilize these riparian areas at some point in their lifetime. So they're extremely critical.
Beautiful fall day. These colors are really popping today. We're in what really is a national treasure. We're in one of the largest contiguous cottonwood galleries in the western states. There's not too many of these around anymore. They're kind of in a little bit of peril. Cottonwoods kind of have a bit of a precarious existence. If you look at the ecology of a cottonwood tree, everything has to line up just right for a cottonwood tree to propagate itself. When you see that cotton flying in June, that cotton's really a cottonwood seed, a little tiny seed that's only viable for about 7 to 14 days. So within that 7 to 14 days, that seed has to land on bare mineral soil that's moist. And it's got to stay moist long enough for that seed to send down a root and get into the water table. And those conditions don't happen every year. In fact, they only happen in this system maybe 1 in 10 to 20 years. And that's why you don't see all ages of cottonwoods. You just see just a few age classes of cottonwoods when you come into an area like this. With our rivers in the west, a lot of our rivers they're dammed, they have reservoirs, and so you don't get that June flooding. That's extremely important because when the cottonwood's flying, the flooding has to happen at the same time. It may be flooding a lot earlier, in some cases even in the winter. But not only is the tree itself important, but it's all the vegetation that's associated with these cottonwood forests, all the grasses, the forbs, the shrubs that grow in the understory. Cottonwood trees, they don't form really dense canopies, and so they do allow sunlight to hit the forest floor, and that's why you have a lot of this really good vegetation in the understory of a cottonwood gallery. And that's really important for wildlife from both a food and cover standpoint. We actually have 2 species of cottonwoods here. We have the plains cottonwood, which has that broad leaf, and then we also have narrowleaf cottonwood. These that we're standing in right now are plains cottonwoods, and they rely pretty much 100% on seed reproduction. That's how they propagate themselves, is through the dispersal and the germination of those seeds. You know, we're standing on an area that is 4 different land ownerships. We have Wyoming Game and Fish Department, we have the Bureau of Land Management, we have the Bureau of Reclamation, and we have the National Park Service. And you know, if everybody just kind of did their own little thing and didn't work together, it just wouldn't work very well. These partnerships, they bring in all the interests, all the different groups that have a stake in what's going on in these areas. We really appreciate our partnership with the National Wild Turkey Federation. So it's really important to preserve these cottonwood trees. The cottonwood is almost a hallmark of these riparian areas in the lower elevation portions of the state. You can kind of think of it this way. As the cottonwoods go, so go these riparian systems. They really are kind of a hallmark species, kind of an indicator of whether your riparian system is really functioning well. If you don't have cottonwoods, it's probably a good indicator that something is really wrong with your system.
So as a district biologist with the National Wild Turkey Federation and administering the Northern Plains Riparian Restoration Initiative here in the Bighorn Basin, some of our major partners consist of the Bureau of Land Management, the Wyoming Game and Fish Department, private landowners, the National Park Service, and I help them to develop and design riparian projects, and also we bring additional funding to the table, supplemental funding to help expand the footprint and the amount of acres that can actually be treated on these riparian areas. These systems are pretty unique. They can expand hundreds of miles, and when you think about treating a riparian area, you have to start in the headwaters. We have invasive species up there that are drinking just as much water as the invasives down in the actual river bottom. Plants like Russian olive and salt cedar, they're spread by the actual water itself. Seeds can actually fall in the water and they flow downstream and they actually take root and regenerate. So we take a landscape level approach when we treat these systems.
Russian olive has an interesting story in Wyoming. It was brought here from Eurasia, and it was actually purposely brought here because it made a very hardy plant for shelter belts, and it was even promoted for a long time as a wildlife planting. And a single Russian olive tree does have some value for wildlife. It's got a berry that's highly edible. The problem is when it escapes cultivation, it escapes the places where you planted it for shelter belts and gets into these large river bottoms, these large riparian areas. And there it becomes a disaster because it is so competitive. It can outcompete all of the woody plants, all of the trees that we have in the riparian areas. In our country, what really hurts when you get Russian olive in is you lose nesting cover, because Russian olive, even at low densities, when you don't have many of them, they're still providing purchase for nest predators. And so you can compromise the value of nesting cover for pheasants, for turkeys, for waterfowl. A bit of advice I would give to anybody, any landowner, any land manager, is it's much cheaper, much more efficient to catch it before it gets to this point where we're having to use large machines to get rid of all this biomass. If we're not willing to make the effort to manage and control Russian olive, we may lose these cottonwood riparian areas.
We're on the yellowtail habitat management area. One of the things we're doing out here is we're removing invasive species, and specifically Russian olive, from under our cottonwood galleries. These species have invaded and encroached into these areas. We're going to be using a masticator today to remove some of these trees. The masticator is a drum-mounted attachment on a skid steer, and it's got carbide teeth on it, and basically it shreds the trees. All right, well, with that, we're going to get to work here. The Bureau of Land Management is an agency within the Department of Interior responsible for administering public lands. We cover about 247 million acres. Most of those are found within the western United States. In Wyoming alone, we're responsible for about 18 million acres, which makes us the largest land management agency within the federal government. So in the Bighorn Basin, it's an arid region. It goes from 4,000 feet to 11,000 feet in elevation. And so when you start trying to put that together, you've got everything from the pronghorn in the lower elevations to moose and elk and bighorn sheep in the high country. We have to manage for all of those different species, along with allowing the local community to be able to utilize this for grazing practices such as cattle, sheep, horses. And so with all that comes challenges, but those are things that you have to embrace, and you have to figure out how to manage that. When you manage habitat at a landscape level, you've got to look holistically, and it doesn't just stop at fence lines and property borders. There's a lot of private land on these riparian areas, but then there's also a lot of public land, and so that's where we're trying to focus, is on the public areas to improve this habitat so that it can benefit those downstream. When you sit back and look at it, a lot of the original homesteads, was based around water, because if you didn't have water, you didn't have anything else. And so traditionally the conifer species would have been up on the rocks in the shallower soil types. Through fire suppression and the absence of fire, they've been able to encroach into these areas with deeper soil. And so that's part of what our objective is to remove that. And hazardous fuels management ties in with resource management and with the Riparian initiative. By reducing the fuels and removing these juniper out of these riparian areas to make this one big drainage all treated and not just stop at the border.
The National Wild Turkey Federation developed the Northern Plains Riparian Restoration Initiative to assist land managers, agencies, landowners in the proper management of riparian areas. The riparian areas are the lifeblood of the communities found within the Northern Plains states. They provide places to hunt, recreate, fish. The watercourses are very important to the farming, the agriculture. Since its inception, the popularity of the NPRI has grown tremendously among land managers and has involved over 90 partners working to conserve about 50,000 acres. This has come at a cost of about $9.1 million. The NWTF's Northern Plains Riparian Restoration Initiative was developed in 2006 to promote the conservation of vital ecosystems in the states of Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, and South Dakota.
All right, we got a little cuss 411. You know, I don't film as much as I used to. Hey, that's cool, but I still love carrying that stuff. I'm glad I did last year on the Florida Wounded Veterans Hunt, which is kind of done in conjunction with the Florida Cattlemen's Association. Man, we go down there early because this is not outfitters. We kind of have to refine the turkeys, build blinds. A lot of times the guys aren't very mobile. Sometimes they're in wheelchairs. So I roosted a turkey, and me and Keith Kelly went in there and built a very elaborate blind because I didn't know who my hunter was going to be. Anyway, Nicholas was like as in good a shape as everybody. He had overcome his injury so he could walk good. Bottom line, we got in the blind and the turkey was like 100 yards away. It was textbook, one of the coolest things that ever happened on those Wounded Warrior hunts. I was so glad I had the video camera there. Y'all check Nicholas out on his Osceola.
It's 2 days left to the opening of the Florida turkey season and our Wounded Veteran Hunt. And me and Brother Briggs, i.e. the Hammer, are headed down there. I'll just give you an update from time to time. We're going to meet Keith Kelly, the Swamper, and Bubba in Okeechobee at lunchtime, and we'll meet up there and then follow them down to the range. So anyway, 2 days left. I'll keep you posted.
Brother Briggs back there. We heard one in his territory about 3 o'clock and then put eyes on a longbeard. And we've up in my territory now, 20, 30 minutes before flop. And we saw two out in that orange grove right there. It's a big orange grove and it can be hard to hunt. And one's already across in the cypress swamp headed that way, so I got a good idea where they're going to roost. So we got tomorrow morning to listen and kind of lay low and watch, get a direction. So far, so good. I'll keep you posted. Not the best morning. It is foggy, very foggy. The place I'm listening for is up in there, and I've heard one turkey way back that way. That's not where I saw them yesterday afternoon. Left that spot alone because there's no need. I know where they went to roost, but I was hoping to hear some, and I have heard one, but he's way off, and he sounds like he's right by himself, so drop the pin on him. But it is foggy and 58 degrees here in South Florida this morning. But anyway, I'm going to keep snooping, and then midday I'm going to go up there and build a little blind out of all these palmettos where I saw them turkeys easing to roost yesterday. So that's the plan. Foggy morning, South Florida. Now, normally we wouldn't go through that much trouble, would we, Zach?
No, sir, we wouldn't.
If it was me and you or me and your dad?
No, these veterans are special.
That's right. You never know. And, you know, like sometimes they're in a wheelchair, sometimes they can't walk far. But anyway, you kind of got to commit to a spot. It ain't like you're going to be up cutting and running. And to maximize them chances, you spend a little more time on the blind.
Yes, sir, you do.
That's Zach. That's Keith Kelly's son right there. Turkey thug in the making. He's probably already a turkey thug, but he's down here volunteering your time. God bless you, bro.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, one spot down, 3 or 4 more to go. You had to have a little apprehension coming down here. You didn't know what was going on. Tell me what was on your mind when you heard about this.
So, you know, a buddy of mine, Herbie Aguilar, called me and he said, "Hey man, what are you doing 5 to 8 March?" And I said, "You know, I don't know. I got track seasons coming up for my son. What's up?" And he goes, "Well, I got a turkey hunt in South Florida." And I immediately said, "I'm on it." Florida boy, born and raised here.
Close to here.
Yeah, close here, right up at Rockledge. Matter of fact, my father is from LaBelle, so my mother's from Clewiston, Clewiston and Immokalee. So kind of right around here. I've been in places like this, and then I joined the Marines. And next thing you know, I'm in North Carolina, and I go overseas. I'm in Japan. It's totally different. And then I'm in Hawaii, and then I'm back in Japan, and then it's to North Carolina, and then it's Iraq and Afghanistan. So I got all the fun stuff done, and then you're in the meat locker. And then I ended up at Fort Leonard Wood as an instructor, and then I retired out of North Carolina teaching officers again. And my wife got orders to McGill, and here we are, kind of back home. Is awesome. This is, to me, is really awesome. It's great to be around, I guess, like-minded people. You know, because when you're in, like for me, when I'm in the Marines, you're around like-minded dudes every day. And when I got out, I would say I kind of struggled a little bit because, like, you're going from, it's like you're in a drag race, right? You're like 1, 2, 3, boom, you're running, you know, 60, 80, 100 miles an hour. You're doing quarter mile, and sometimes you're just doing marathons. And then when you get out, you're sitting there at an idle at a red light, and you're like, what do I do now? Mm-hmm. You know, I take my boys to school, and then I go fishing, and then I'm like, crap. You know, what am I going to do? So being around you guys and going on hunting trips and things of that nature just kind of, it really kind of just, I don't know, it makes me feel so much better that there's normal people like, I guess, like me around, right? And that's you guys. And just thanks for taking care of us. General West called me, and then I was just super excited. I didn't really know what I was getting into. I grabbed my shotgun, all my turkey hunting gear, anything and everything. If I had to sleep on the floor or in a hammock, I'd have done that. So I just knew it was somewhere in Fort Myers area, and here we go. I'm coming full steam. So, you know, firing up the truck, coming down and parking, and then getting everything out of the truck and just walking across the field and having that smell of the orange groves just kind of reminded me as being a kid in South Florida a little bit. And then, you know, getting set up, getting behind the blind and everything, getting that decoy set up, and then as the light, you know, as it starts to get a little more light out, you see, you know, a deer coming on by. There's a squirrel on top of us dropping stuff on our heads. You know, there's a turkey in the roost, you know, off to the left. Next thing you know, like a freight train, them turkeys are gobbling. So we're like, here we go. There's one that way. And then another one comes off. And then just the anticipation of, that freight train getting louder is like pounding on your heart, like, here we go, any minute, here we go. And then that one comes up on the roost. And as we're looking over to the left, I'm like, he's gonna come down. I've never really seen a turkey come off the roost like that. I've seen him fly up, right? But I've never seen him come down. So as I'm looking over there, another turkey comes out, he flies down, and then you point over to the right. And as I scan over, I'm like, here we go. And then you said it, that's our one. So as I bring the gun on around, he's easing on through, bringing his head up, and there's that palmetto right in front of me. So as I'm sitting there, I'm just kind of leaning over a little bit more, leaning over a little bit more, and then, like you said, as soon as he popped that head up, boom.
I'd say that'll do it.
Thanks, brother. You're the man, cuz. Golly.
I'm still strutting up there. Dude, did we sit down in the middle of them or what?
I think so.
Holy, what a show. Could you hear that thing drumming so loud?
I mean, it started off with, you hear him like a train, and then a deer comes through, and then the squirrel's right above us. I mean, it's the smell of the orange. I love it.
Filming him flying down.
That was probably the coolest scene. Come right on out of the roost like
Do
that.
you know how many people in their life will say that? Nobody ever sees that.
I've never seen that.
That's crazy. I'm still strutting over there. I'm trying to let them ease on, then we'll go get you. That's the big one. Did you see how long it's been?
I know. I get a little nervous. I'm like all excited. My heart's beating.
That's a horse right there.
Golly. Just super exciting. Just a beautiful morning. Sun came up, nice sunrise on a beautiful Florida morning. Bagging an Osceola, I don't think you can beat that. For me, you can't anyway. He's flopped over backwards like this.
Good.
Just kicking his feet.
That's that Apex TS.
Yeah, just folding him backwards.
It's crazy. He had to be 45 yards.
That's what I was saying.
Don't you think?
At least.
That's what happens with that stuff.
Just flop back on his back, legs up. That TSS
Was it worth the drive?
Heck yeah, it was. I'd do it again. All day, I'd do it every weekend.
Holy cow, what a hunt. Man, we got lucky.
I can't handle stuff like this. My nerves can't take it. Oh my God.
All right, coming up next, Heartland Bow Hunter. They bow hunting, I don't know for sure. Y'all check it out. Let's see where the Heartland Bow Hunter guys are this week.
We got them all. Get the whole flock out. Jakes, gobblers, hens.
So here we are, another spring turkey season, kicking it off in Kansas this year. And usually we either start with Nebraska or Kansas simply because of the opportunity of the early archery season. And both states have incredible turkey populations, but we've had so much success in Kansas. So this year we're headed back with high hopes.
Oh, hey. Welcome to my crib.
Welcome.
Here you go. All right, let's get unloaded. It's turkey time. We're kicking off things in Kansas. And just spotted first birds. Crazy warm today. It was like close to like 85 degrees, which is pretty unseasonable, but they should have the birds split up. They're always willing to play in Kansas, seems like, so. I can't wait to get out there. First hunt of the year for us, kicking off the spring 2021 season. Not going as planned, but it's blowing like crazy, and actually thunder and lightning a little bit, and some sprinkles, so not ideal turkey conditions, but we did see a couple different gobblers in this area yesterday afternoon, so we came in here and made a little makeshift blind for a setup, and we know they roosted just down the creek last year, so We were hoping they were going to be in that same area, but regardless, we'll stick it out, do some calling here, be patient, see if we can get something to cooperate. Just spotted a couple gobblers off the road on one of the spots that we can hunt, and I think they're a pretty good spot to get around on. We should be able to circle all the way around and come from the north and get fairly close, so we're gonna make a move while they're still there. See if we can make it happen. Right behind my truck. They're coming. They just ran right next to the truck. They're gonna go right through the ditch, right through that culvert. Here they come, dude. They're coming. That was awesome. God, I love bow hunting turkeys. Just like, I mean, we were not here. We've been here a little bit, but we just got comfortable. I was like, oh, let's let the call rip. Look up, I could see him coming through the trees. Came perfect into the decoys, beat it up. I mean, that is exactly what you want. Picture perfect hunt. I thought we were about to double. I smoked the first one, he just didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times when you do that, the other one will come flog him, but he didn't even flop. I mean, he was just stone dead. Oh, yes. That is amazing, man. Just, that's just how it goes. You don't even know if you're in the game. All of a sudden, boom, there they are. Those were, I assume, the two gobblers we saw from the road. Came around on them, bumped the one gobbler, but they did it right. Oh man, that never gets old, ever, never gets old. Oh man, that was picture perfect, literally exactly what you want for an archery turkey hunt. Gotta love early season Kansas hunting. It's one of my favorite times of year to hunt, especially these Rios that are just so frisky, always coming to the call. We barely even called twice and here they came. Fortunately, they were They were in the vicinity heading back here to roost. This is actually a spot we had a close call last year, so we knew was a good area. And him and his buddy came in, put on a show, beat up the decoy. My heart was just pounding. That's just, oh man, I love that. Just completely exposed. We had just no cover whatsoever, tucked up against some trees. On some of these tough birds with incredible eyesight, it doesn't get much better than that. Always helps when they're in the right mood. And to see him go down, good shot with the bow, just quartered away, got everything. What a sweet hunt. Love it when it works like that.
So although it was a crazy windy morning and not the luck that we had hoped for starting out, we adapted, made a move, and got around to where the birds wanted to roost, and it paid off. We had 2 gobblers come in, ready to fight, and just a great way to kick off the season in Kansas. 1 tag punched and 1 to go.
Had to shoot the one with the smaller beard. He was in front, blocking the big beard. Unbelievable. No, I don't care. Turkey's a turkey, and that was a show, and that is why we do it.
Don't forget to lick it. Gotta lick it. I don't remember the last time I had a turkey gobble to a crow call.
Really?
No.
They freaking eat it up in Missouri.
We're not in Missouri anymore, Michael.
All right, got some more rogue hunts coming up next. Guarantee it's gonna be good.
So it's getting to be late May now. I mean, I hate to see it start almost coming to an end, but you know, the season wouldn't be complete if we didn't head to Wisconsin. This is my first time up here, but from what I've heard from Josh, it's unbelievable. So we're up here with his buddy Justin and Tom. You know, they're nice enough to have us up, and man, all the stuff I've heard about this place is just great. You know, turkeys out the woodwork. It's going to be a week that I'm really excited for. So our first morning, Justin's up to bat. We located some turkeys the night before. We got in there on them, and it just didn't end up working out. So after that, we hit the road and tried to find them. So sure enough, we hit the road, and man, it wasn't long. We head to another property, and we find this gobbler out in the field, shutting with a couple hens. And he was kind of in a spot where he was vulnerable for us, but you couldn't do much with him other than just kind of creep toward him. So we tried sitting down on him, tried calling to him. He just never would break. He had those 4 hens with him. So Justin and I made a plan. We just started easing our way up around this island of trees. This gobbler's sitting right on the island of trees, and we just kept inching closer and closer and closer. You know, with the wind and the way that the land rolled there, it was a perfect opportunity for us to just slide up on it. fun hunt. We been on this turkey for a while now, and he just had a pile of hens with him, and he never wanted to break. He had 4 or 5 hens with him, so we just kept closing the gap and closing the gap and closing the gap. Man, we got, I mean, how far was he? 10 yards, 15 yards, if that. I mean, probably 15. It was a cool hunt. I mean, sometimes they're not gonna break down too, so you're not gonna break down. You gotta go knock them down.
Beautiful day, fun hunt.
Heavy sucker.
Is he?
Oh yeah. Probably 23 or so.
Yeah, 24 maybe. Yeah, I bet he's pushing 24.
So Justin kills his bird, we're fired up, and you know, the awesome thing about Wisconsin is you can hunt all day long. So I got a tag in my pocket for that particular zone we were in, and we hit the road and tried to find me one. So we tried a couple spots, you know, it was heat of the day. It was kind of a tough time. It was 75, 80 degrees. Nothing wasn't really going on. We sat down a couple times, you know, tried calling a couple different spots. It just wasn't working out. But as the heat kind of started rolling off and the evening rolled in, we tried another spot. And sure enough, man, we pulled up in this other spot, come walking over this hill. And the second we crested that hill, man, I looked down to this bottom in this little cornfield. Sure enough, there's a big longbeard standing out there.
Coming right this way. Is he in the dirt? He's in the dirt, but he's coming right this way. Chevy. Just set up right in here.
So that turkey came up over the hill, man, and you know, the way I'm sitting as a right-handed shooter, I can't swing this way at all. I got brush here and all kinds of stuff. So he's off in the woods, and I thought, man, it's gonna be over. We just called this turkey up to 15 yards, and he's gonna get out of here on us. But sure enough, we just kept soft calling, and he turned around and started coming. An idea popped in my head. The only thing I was gonna be able to do is switch and go lefty on him. So that's what I did.
Come on. Yes, shoot.
Crap. I had to freaking John Wayne him and shoot him lefty. See that shot? No?
That was sweet.
It was pretty intense, man. I can't believe that he didn't break over to that decoy, but he was just, and he was looking for that hen, wasn't he?
Yeah. Nice.
Thanks, buddy. We're getting late in the year. Hate to see it start going downhill, but you got hunting like this, you don't mind it, man. This is pretty fun. Justin killed one this morning. This is our second one of the day, and we got some more tags left, so it's gonna be on. So our first day in Wisconsin was just jam-packed with action. You know, turkeys all over the place, and we got a couple more tags. I'm excited to see how the rest of this trip goes.
Lindsay Way, more than big 25-pound gobblers up in the Midwest. I'm just betting. Let's go see where they're at.
Red, white, and blue, head, beards, and spurs. When he flies off the limb, I'm gonna ride. Longbeards are gonna die. Yeah, longbeards are gonna die.
All right, I'm headed to Illinois. Got a 5th season turkey tag here, and meeting up with my good buddy Wes from Whitetail Properties, and we're gonna try and get on a few. We used to do this every year, but last year took a year off. Just was really busy with some other stuff, so it'd be good to get back over here. We've never hunted them this late, so it'll be interesting to see how the birds are acting. But it's gonna be cool, 60s, 40s in the mornings, so not terrible, but cooler than usual for this late. So should be a fun few days. Hopefully we can get on one, maybe get lucky and kill 2. So should be fun.
Kyle Carter, what are you doing this week?
We made it. Hosted by the legend Wes Hartling. We're gonna hopefully kill a turkey. I mean, if he comes with, they just come in and die. So we should be sitting pretty good. Except I gotta get up in 4 hours, just about. It's a short time away.
Alright, we just got up here. Birds are just starting to wake up. Tweety birds, we haven't heard a gobble yet. We got the quiet cats unloaded, and we're gonna see what we can get into. It's chilly this morning, so it may be a little slow rolling over on their bed, or on their roost. So we'll see. Hopefully we can hear one gobbler shortly and make a move on him. Right back here. Alright, we came up here. Hour in the morning. Kind of slow getting up with this cold. We want him right on the corner, so we'll see how close we can. Is that behind us? Well, we heard a hen yelp not far from us. It seemed like she just worked down to where he was. I'm not sure he even made a sound on the ground. As soon as she yelped and got to him, he got quiet, so we may move on for now. He hasn't gobbled since. And maybe come back to this bird a little bit later in the morning once that hen goes to nest. Maybe he'll free up. So, good start to the morning. We were close to him, but he already had a girlfriend. Alright, we came up over this hill. Saw a lone strutter. Out in the field, he just acts like he's just looking around, so maybe we can get close enough to fire him up. You got that back one? Yeah. You think I can kill him from here? Yeah. You got him? Mm-hmm. You got him?
Yep.
Did he go down?
It looked like it. Oh man, I can't believe that happened. We're just about to pack up and we checked one other spot and we see a strutter. It looked like he was by himself just walking on the center ridge. Well, I hit the crow call and it sounded like two gobbled right down here. So we come around the corner and I see one just dipping into the timber right as we come around the corner. And I start calling, another one to the left of him hammers. Well, he starts walking up this edge and walks on the other side of the ridge and never shows up. And then here comes two more that stepped out, two more longbeards. And they work right up this ridge and they're just about to crest over that other one. Went and I shot, and I don't know if I had my head up watching him or what, but he took off flying, hit that tree and just dropped. It's kind of a cluster, that's for sure. Let's go get him. There's a little poke from there. Not too bad though. See his tail fan. Oh, look at those spurs. Man, he's probably 2 3-year-olds. Man, they got big, like girthy spurs.
Yeah.
First day, big. Oh, look at that fan. Beautiful. Can't thank Jeff enough for letting me come over here and hunt his farm, and Wes coming and filming and hanging out. He's got a tag, so maybe we can get him on a bird. But it's always fun to come over here to Illinois. I didn't come last year, we were just so busy with other stuff, so it's fun to get back here. We did it for several years, and it's good to be back and kill one. Now it's Wes's turn.
You know, when they talk about mighty oaks growing from acorns, we've got a pretty good idea what they mean.
Good, dude.
Oh, I love it. See, I could.
You okay? You need a sedative?
All right, coming up, we got a Moss Elk Classic hunt. And this week, when I say classic, I should probably say epic. We got the great Bob Dixon, God rest his soul, one of the first employees, and the president of the company now, Bill Sugg, who is a turkey thug through and through. And these guys are going to be chasing some turkeys up in Iowa. But, you know, you got to, looking back, watching their mannerisms. If you watch Bob Dixon turkey hunt back then, and you're lucky enough to go with his son, Will, it's scary how much Will does everything just like Bob, the way he cocks his hat to the side, the way he yelps, the way he moves through the woods. This right here is a Moss Elk Classic, but like I say, it's epic.
I'm gonna tell you what. He said that we can work in the back of this field every day. So you told me to come down the other road. Wait. Don't move. Can you believe it? He just landed right there on the side of that hill. Get your net up. Oh, there's his buddy. His buddy just flew down. Two up. We gotta get to that fence row. Oh. Okay.
Where's the call? Just call soft. They're down in the draw. They're coming right up the field. They're coming. But they're down in that dip. I can just barely see his head. Coming around to my left. Right now, they'll just split up. And you know what I was proud of? When we sat down and that turkey flew in the field while we was trying to get up there to the hay bale, and I looked at this big old field, I went, am I glad to have that 3.5-inch Magnum? But he wasn't that far, really. Wasn't about 30 steps, but I was proud of it.
I couldn't see. I mean, until I told you, tell me when to call. And I just think it's all Uncle Bill.
Oh, man. Well, I could never see that where they come up through there, you know. It's hard to see his fan. Oh, goblin. That's a nice old turkey, man. Look at that there. Hey, that's when camo plays off. Look where we're sitting right in the ball over. That was awesome. We got to get you one. Let's go. Let's ease around and see if we can get on that other turkey. Let's goblin now, Johnny. Let's go.
Dead end game calls. They still yelping, clucking, cackling, doing all that stuff. Let's go see what kind of luck they had this week.
Looks like we're going to kill a turkey in the snow. That's what we hope we do. I've never killed a bird in the snow before. Pretty awesome stuff. Dead End Game Calls TV, Episode 4. Well, me and the guys, we're going to roll out to a place that's very special to me. Matter of fact, we're going out to hunt with some folks that I call my Missouri mom and pops. That's Ed and Nancy Anders at Rest in Him. On this hunt, we're going to go out just a few days early to see if we could actually do a little scouting and put a longbeard on the ground. The main purpose of this show, it's all about those kids. We're going to hunt with Miss Emma and the Outdoor Dream Foundation to see if her guide and road crew member Jake Williams can get a job done with Jeremy behind the camera.
He's coming. He's coming. Let's go ahead and cock him back. Cock this hammer back for you, okay? Just keep that finger off the trigger.
What is that, girl? What?
I told you they could come running, right?
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna drop him like that though.
Oh man, you smoked him.
Show Jeremy over there.
We watched these two turkeys the last couple of days come in. There's been two gobblers come into this little field right here. And this one here with the broken middle tail feather. He's definitely been the dominant bird of the two. He's really, really heavy. Northern Missouri turkey. He's got big spurs. What do you think? Inch and a quarter, inch and a half?
Yes, sir.
He made a great shot. He didn't even flop. Couldn't be more proud of you. Thank you for letting us enjoy it with you.
Thank you.
Well, it's always a pleasure. It's always awesome to watch these kids shoot these turkeys. You know, those kids hadn't been dealt the best hand in life, but for a few moments, they forget about the hand that was dealt to them, and the smile on their face, it's worth everything. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. But let's rewind a couple of days. Let's go back to when Patrick and I get out to Iowa, trying to scout and see if we end up on a couple of birds.
Well, it's first morning here in Missouri. Actually driving up to Iowa. Stayed here in Missouri. Got here really late, about 1 a.m. Got up at 4 a.m. So working on a little bit of rest. And it's just me this morning. I was going to go with Jeremy and Mitchell, but they're still asleep. This is mostly a scouting mission, but if one wants to play the game and I can video it and stuff, I'm going to. So it's cool, crisp. It's about 28 degrees, clear, so turkey should gobble this morning. I knew previously from being out there in March scouting for deer season that there was some turkeys there, but I had no idea that there was that many roosting there.
Well, that didn't go as planned.
part of it did. There was turkeys gobbling all over. I parked in this little ravine. As you can see, it's just scrub brush, or scrub trees, whatever you call it, fence row kind of trees. And over the hilltop is a good patch of hardwoods. So I parked the truck and was going up this valley right along these hedgerows and got to the top. An owl hooted over there right as it was cracking, just to see if there was anything over there. Well, there was two right here, literally 50 yards from me, and 4 over where I thought they were. So I was stuck, and I had to sit there till they flew down. These 2 flew on the other side, and they ended up, they seen me but couldn't tell what, so they went kind of walking off, but not too scared.
Of course, Patrick's on turkeys. As soon as we wake up, I call Patrick. He's like, hey, Mitchell, I got some birds calling. I'm like, where are you at? I'm coming to see you. And so, of course, we run over there real quick. And by the time we get there, the birds have done hushed. I mean, they're done. So we back up and punt, and we go to some public land where we feel like there might be some turkeys. We've checked the aerial maps. We've looked at some fields, and man, there's got to be a turkey right there. Well, sure enough, guess what? There was a turkey right there. Matter of fact, we heard 2 turkeys right there. We're set up. We got this bird hammering. I mean, he is gobbling his head off.
Yep. Looks like we're going to kill a turkey in the snow. I sort of hope we do. I've never killed a bird in the snow before. Pretty awesome stuff. He starts to come across the rise. He skirts back to our right. It's pouring the snow. And if I had set up where I wanted to the very first time, we would have had a 45-minute show of this dude gobbling his head off. He walked right down through an opening in the fence, right down the road towards us, and went right over the hill. And he gobbled, and he gobbled, and he gobbled, and I couldn't do anything with him. I got him. I see him. Yeah, he's coming up the draw again.
He could see the decoys. He was out in the field, but those decoys wasn't coming to him. No doubt, he had already been wise to a lot of hunters on that public ground, and he wasn't going to budge. He gobbled, 200 times. He walks off. Well, and as they say it, the rest is history. Never seen that turkey again, to my knowledge. We're going to wake up the next morning after Jeremy and I finally get us a little bit of rest, and we're going to an alfalfa field where Patrick was at the very first morning while Jeremy and I, we were in the bed. Here we go. We set up. We got birds gobbling in the woods all around us. Got the field in front of us. We're in the hot seat, man. I feel like it's just going to happen at any minute. Well, all these birds, they end up getting henned up except for one. Not long into the hunt, this bird comes across the hill. He gets on top of the knoll, and he sits up there, and he struts, and he gobbles, and he gobbles, and he gobbles, and he struts, and he just won't close the distance. This is where Mitchell messed up. I set up the Dave Smith decoys, and as I set them up that morning, it was still dark. Well, as he's standing on that high point, my decoys are probably about 10 to 12 foot too far down the opposite hill, and he can't see those decoys at all. He can hear the calling. He thinks there's a hen, but he can't see the hen. So guess what? He hangs up, he gobbles and gobbles and gobbles and walks away.
Well, after an unsuccessful morning, we regrouped and come up with a game plan for that afternoon. I went down in the east, down in this draw where we had heard a couple birds, and Mitchell stayed up on top of the hill to go after the other birds.
All right, it's evening number 2 in Iowa. We come into a spot that we've hunted now for 2 days and had turkeys all over us. This morning, couldn't close the deal, had a bird come in at 60 yards, so just didn't feel comfortable with the shot, not the great footage. I'm gonna take the Dave Smiths, I'm gonna put them out in the field right here. New setup, new location. A lot of hens like to feed in this location as well as behind us, so we've gotta be really careful here, but I think we can pull it off.
The only hiding spot Jeremy and I could find was against the fence line, which is actually the property line. So we put our backs to the property line. The only way we can shoot is on our side of the field. Well, these birds come in and they gobble and they gobble. I'm talking about, I thought they were going to blow my hat off. When I say they were close, I felt like they were spitting and drumming down my back. I mean, it was just absolutely insane. But I couldn't get them to cross the fence line. So I had to reach into my little bag of tricks, and instead of just hen talking to them, I do a little Jake yelping and gobbling at them. Completely changes their attitude and their mood. It happened so fast that Jeremy can't even get the camera turned on until they're already part of the way in the field. And I thought they were going to step on his boots as they walked by.
Well, after being set up for that evening, it wasn't very long. Mitchell got a couple of gobblers gobbling, and next thing I know, I heard sound like a dodgeball back in elementary days. First, it kind of surprised me. I wasn't for sure what it was, and it was those turkeys hitting that DSD decoy. I started coming up with a game plan, how to get up there safely and possibly get a shot after he took a shot.
Well, I thought the one gobbler was going to eat the other gobbler while they was fighting.
Hey! If that one sticks his head up, I'm gonna take it off. Hey! Woo! Hey! Target! You got him? I knew if I could keep the one gobbler in the area, doing a little fighting purrs, that we had a chance of doubling up. It'd give Patrick just enough time to sneak over the hill to get a shot off. Hey!
Well, as soon as I got set up, Mitchell shot. I was just in disbelief that I'd pulled this off, able to sneak up, get in position. Mitchell shot. The other bird stood right in place. I was able to take the other one. The emotion, the celebration was just amazing to be able to pull that off.
Oh, Iowa tag is punched.
Yes, baby.
Man, it's been an awesome couple of days, dude, in Iowa.
Wow, it's been amazing. On birds non-stop.
I mean, every hunt that we've been on, whether it's been public ground or private ground, I mean, they've been turkeys.
Yeah.
Been awesome. Able to seal the deal on 2 nice longbeards here in Iowa this afternoon. And an incredible hunt. I just blessed. That's all I can say. God's been good to us. But
amen.
I tell you what, if you've ever thought about hunting Iowa, the DNR is doing it right. There's lots of birds, lots of land, a lot of public ground.
Yeah.
And you can certainly feel a tag real quick. Well, this is a hunt that I certainly will never forget as long as the good Lord gives me a sound mind. It's one of those deals where, Patrick and I were able to double up. Emma, with the Outdoor Dream Foundation, was able to harvest a bird. But all of this happened because it was a team effort. Instead of fighting against each other, we're in one mind and one accord. And because of that, we're strong as a team. Think about that in your Christian walk of life. If we'll take the time to lift each other up in our thoughts and our prayers instead of downing each other when you see your brother or your sister fall, if we lift each other up in prayers, realizing that I'm not perfect and neither are you, we as a team would be stronger in the Lord.
First time I saw Mossy elk, I knew that camouflage was special.
I don't know, it sounds funny, but I just always had the dream of kind of being able to be invisible, and I realized that it was all about matching up with nature.
Whether you're bow hunting, whether you're turkey hunting, or whether you're trying to get a group of mallards to decoy in,
getting next to critters, more or less, is what it's all about. Do we like to hunt Mossy oak? That's our life.
It's what makes Mossy oak the best.
All right, I want to talk to you a minute about taking kids. I've done a lot of it, and it's easy. It's easy to say, I'm going to take a kid, I'm going to take a kid. Well, everybody's able to do that, but if you want to impact a kid, first thing you got to get straight in your mind is, hey, this hunt ain't about me, it's about them. So many people, guys, whoever, they want to take their young son or daughter, whatever, and have that picture with a dead turkey, and they just kind of do whatever it takes. You kind of got to be careful with that or you'll burn them out real quick. And I learned all this through trial and error and watching and learning from people who knew a lot more than me. Like the little grandsons, I didn't necessarily know all this when I had girls. I started them out with a BB gun on the safety part. We did everything you could think of. Then when it was time to target practice, we did a 22. And then it was time to go turkey hunting the first time, it was a 410. And I made sure the turkey was close. But when they got tired, we left. If they got rambunctious and wanted to do this, we'd get up and make a hike. It's all about them. I got tired of carrying pop-up blinds and a couple of decoys. That's not how I roll either. But you got to remember, if success is your number one goal, you got to do it for them. Always remember that hunt is not about you or about an Instagram post or Facebook. It's about them. Make it fun and be a teacher. When you see scratching in the leaves, or where they've been fanning going down a dirt road, or maybe it's a spider web. Be the guide. Stop and talk to them, because those little things mean as much as killing a turkey, I promise you. So remember, it's about them, not you.
Bring you guys up to speed. We're blazing uphill right now, headed into Tennessee. We've been on the road since got back to the truck this morning in Louisiana. We're going to be meeting up with my brother here in Tennessee, and a handful of his buddies are going to be joining us. Got a little cabin in the whole 9 yards, so going to have us a good time, it looks like, for the next few days.
Rise and shine, Buttercup.
I was waiting for him to bring that sucker out. I love this thing. I'm going to take it off.
I'll wear it now. You wear it out to dinner and stuff?
I do wear it to dinner sometimes. Got him, boy.
Hey, how you doing? I didn't make that coffee.
That's fancy, boy. Not real sure there. There it is, boys. That's what I was looking for. It's done.
Is it?
Yeah, well, I poured it in and just poured hot water into my cup. I don't know if it's as done as that shoelace on your right boot there, but it's done.
It broke there.
God.
Wait,
you
put hot water.
You put enough. You put grinds in there, right?
Dude, what's going on right now? Oh, what, boy? We got a malfunction. We're gonna have to fix this.
That ain't good.
No, it ain't good. I knew it was making some funny noises. We might be doing pour-overs, boys. Starbucks.
I'm going to get the French press.
Look over at this camera later.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Jason Dorsey.
From?
Louisiana.
Why do I keep surrounding myself by these people from Louisiana?
Tommy Dorsey, Louisiana.
Don't you forget it.
Going on. I'm Adam. I'm supposed to be a guide on this trip.
No pressure.
No pressure, Adam.
At least he's not from Louisiana.
Mm-mm.
This is the crew we'll be running with for the next couple days. Hopefully just a couple.
Couple? I thought you were staying for a week.
Wear them out, boys.
We here? Just about. Yeah, these rides pretty good, huh? I figure I'm probably making you nervous back there. Jesus Christ. Wow, I shouldn't have went this way. I meant to go the other way. It is a little overcast, ain't it?
Good morning from Tennessee, breaking daylight. A few clouds in the sky, but it's mighty fine, mighty fine. Got some turkeys gobbling up on this opposite ridge on the other side. On the other side of these big old cow pastures. We're going to sneak down here as close as we can. Not sure we're going to be able to cut these pastures. I think it's done got too light on us. May have to let them fly down and see what we can do once they're on the ground. It's crazy that these turkeys roosted right here.
Got that forward that quick. They grouped the turkeys. They roosted right up there on the crest so we could hear them nice and clear, but it sounds like they flew down and went straight away from us. So we're going really open country, as you can tell, so we got to be careful about how we move through it. We're dropping down here by this old barn. And there's a gully. It's right over here. We're going to catch that drain, and it's going to put us back toward where those turkeys, where we think they've kind of moved off to. So if we can't put our ears on them there, there's some more bird, another bird gobbling back this way. We're going to spin around and try to switch gears and head that way. So. No. I think we can get there. Yeah, I think we can get there, don't you? They got hens.
Yeah, so they didn't gobble on the first.
You hadn't found them. Almost shot gobble. They're over that hill, huh? Look at those trees and see if we can find them again. Let's get there and stay out of him again. They were over there, weren't they? Right here, Drew. On that tree. There's a fence right there. It's a way to come through it. It's a square panel fence, ain't a barbed wire fence. The same turkeys. If you went right on the backside of this ridge, you got above the other side of that fence, you know that. And they're right. They gotta be right up against that dang fence. Yeah. Last time they got one, they were right behind that pickup. There's a little field they're in. I mean, unless there was some kind of cattle opening or something like that, there's no way in hell they get through this fence without flying. Yeah. There's a little field that runs that they're gonna walk right down the left side of us, I bet you. It's a little more open right here. Yeah. Crawl up in them big old trees right there. Think we can get away with it? Huh? Think we can get away with it? moved, have they? Use these cedars and keep going right down the edge. Just gotta be careful because every time you bump one, the whole tree shakes, you know. We should hear them drumming if we get close. I can hear the chuckle now, boy. Drew's right there. You see him? He's behind that oak tree for you. Right at the crest of the hill up there. Yeah, I can see him, can you? What? I don't know how far that is. Can you tell how far that is? What if Yelpin's gonna bring him down that hill? Can you see him now, Drew? They're literally right around the corner of that oak tree from you. I think, I can't tell. I don't know if they're gonna give up that high ground. They're not gonna give up that high ground, Drew. It's got at least 2 ends. Say 50, wouldn't you? When you say 50, you think? I think they're moving off that other way. Are you set up pretty decent? Not really. If it comes up here, we ain't got nothing behind us but a freaking field. turn left. Yeah. Come back around. Come back down. Problem is, if they come to the left of my gun barrel, I can't. I'm gonna have to get it out of this square. Just don't play because they were looking hard. So hard though. They're looking so hard. It's gonna be hard for them not to see us. I just pray that I can find a head this dog through this crowd. It's all business, boy. How far would you say they are right now? God, I can't tell to this stuff. Big boy's coming, facing this way. She's walking right down there to this tree. This is fixing to get dicey. Walking to the left downhill pretty quick. See her? You see her, Drew? You're gonna follow them. You can kill them right there, can't you? I can try my best. Here they come. Okay. Tell me if you need me to bring their head up. You got a call. Here they come. Woven wire's pretty rough. Man, that's some tough stuff. I'm soaking wet, covered in mud. I am soaking wet on my front and bleeding and stuff. fun is that? Golly. Buff tip joker.
Yeah.
So look how buff his tips are.
I don't think they was seeing us right there either. Jesus Christ.
Man, if we could have got up to here, we'd have had a clear shot, wouldn't we?
We wouldn't get right there, though.
They would not give up that high ground, I didn't think, until we yelped to them, and then they flipping come running right down here to us. Had 3 hens, I think.
That's the thing. If you could see anything through them cedars, you could have killed him up there.
Yeah.
You know?
You can't tell when you're looking through that stuff. I'm thinking it's 50. I'm like, nah, just a touch too far.
Man.
He was close, wasn't he?
Thank you, buddy. That's a good time right there. Some bronze tips, would you?
I know. He's buff colored, man.
Yeah.
We try to be a little bit quiet because y'all can see that rolling the hill right there. That's where the other turkey just ran over and gobbled one time, so we know he ain't boogered. I bet he'll be ready. Oh shoot, what is that right there looking at it? We ain't got a gun, so it don't matter. Get it on the edge of here. Turkey head just popped up.
That's awesome. Got him done.
Who shot him?
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
That is awesome. Look like a 2-year-old turkey.
Oh, yeah.
Probably so.
My favorite one.
My favorite one.
Yeah.
That sucker's heavy, I can tell you that.
heavy.
They grow them a little different up here.
Check these tips out, man. Is that not crazy?
Beautiful turkey, man.
Buff, blonde tips.
Real crimson.
Beautiful turkey.
Ooh, coming right to the left of that stick.
Man.
Where? Right there. To the left of that stick.
They stood up there on the crest right there forever.
Yeah.
I was like, I think it might be too far. I think it might be too far. So then they started going up to the left. And I think they were fixing to go straight up and over into that other field. So we yelped at them as a last resort. I didn't want to yelp at them because we were kind of stuck out.
See,
we thought we were stuck out.
A little sooner, and that's why I did yelp just a little bit, but I didn't pick up the volume enough.
I didn't know when y'all had eyes on them. So I thought about starting to yelp from down there.
Yeah.
So that y'all could maybe get a bead on them.
I was going to try to kill them without yelping to them because I knew as soon as we did, they was going to be staring into this fence road. I didn't know how well we were hid.
Right.
Now that we're out there looking in, we could have done jumping jacks back
They
there.
could see, yeah.
But we struck those turkeys when we came on right there, struck them. Thought they were over this hill, and he's got this little field fenced off from his cattle on all sides here. And he does a good fence job. But anyway, I was able to get to here. When we got to there, they gobbled, and we could tell they were right here. And we tried to get through this is a daggone woven wire, so it ain't just barbed wire. We tried to get through starting there, we got to here and snuck our way all the way down, hands and knees, bellies, thinking that we was going to get under that fence at some point, but we ended up getting all the way within shotgun range without having a spot to. That boy's got a heck of a fence builder.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, he knows how to stretch it, son.
I'd love to ask that farmer, why right here? Why?
Yeah.
Why did you split?
Why woven wire?
Why
Did he
woven
fence
wire?
goats?
I think, why wouldn't you just take your fence and put your whole, all your property, and then you have all this to feed?
I'm sure he's probably cuts hay off some of
I
it.
do know they section them off like they start the cattle up front.
Got him strapped up because, well, I'm just not even gonna shoot around the bush here. I forgot to load my vest with more cigars, and well, we ain't got cigars to pass around, so we got to go get some.
We got a little hall in front of us. Where'd it go?
That's like a big one.
Sure was.
That was him, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's standing right there. Son of a gun. I bet he wouldn't have gobbled there, you reckon?
Mm-mm.
Well, he went that way. Let's go.
Catch up with him.
Hey, let's go find a cigar.
Oh, that's good right there. That might do it.
All right. Let's smoke these things before them Cajuns get here. They'll ruin everything. And the pest control guy comes down from the main house that's up on top of the hill and obviously sees the turkey out in this field and stops. And the turkey comes trotting by. We can see him through binoculars. He boogered the turkey, but I mean, given that he was gobbling at what time is it? Like lunch? 11:23. So given that he was gobbling like that at that time, maybe we're hoping we could loop down here below him and see if we can't hit him with a mouth yelp and get him talking again. So we shall see.
There it was. Yeah. I think it was right here, I think. I could have swore I was a turkey gobble. Did I not hear a turkey gobble? You didn't hear it? I didn't hear it, no. Right there. Heard that one. Yeah. Is he gonna come to this sage field, you think? He can come through this. I don't know. Sit down right there. You might want to stay standing up, honestly. Just right on the edge of it. I mean, man. To kill him would be, we'd need to get up there because he's following that power line right away, which I'm sure is plowed. I mean, I'm mowed. He's closer. He's coming right through the sage. He's coming right through the middle of it. He's got to be in the sage, don't he? Good shot, boy. Where'd he go?
I don't know. Can't be cool, huh?
I thought he flipped. There's a feather up there. What the heck? You missed the turkey? No way. Could have swore. Oh God, I must have wounded him. Oh, jeez.
I guess he just clipped the turkey. Lord have mercy. That's the dangest thing. Did we just clip him on the first shot or something?
Dude, I don't know. He was low, he was
Yeah.
sitting over there. He was just kind of like
squatted,
squatting down. Oh boy. Oh, dude, Dave, I ain't gonna lie. When I looked up, dude.
You can talk about blowing my mind.
Oh,
when we run up there and there wasn't no turkey laying there, holy crap, that blew my mind.
I thought
and then there was a feather.
Good. Dude, that was awesome, son.
Come across this stuff.
When I hit him and he went back up in the air like that, that's why I took off running, because I thought I hit him.
I didn't even see him go back up in the air. I just saw a wing come up. I thought he just tipped over.
I kind of thought he did too, but he didn't fold.
Really?
So I was like, that's why I took off running.
Yeah.
But when I got over there,
I was see when you shot, I was in the viewfinder trying to dig through this sage and trying to find out where he was at, because I could see him with my eyes.
Woo, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Woo! Dude, when I got over there and I didn't see him though.
Yeah. That blew
surprised.
my mind. Me too.
I mean, when you said, well, I
said I saw that feather. I thought, uh-oh. Like, this is obviously where he was standing because there was a freaking feather.
Yeah.
That blew my mind. I done walked back. I said, I got to retrace my steps because I done walked back to the dang tree.
Thank you, Lord. Oh, dude. And, yeah, so I started looking over here. I knew you were looking over there, dude. And I come around this way, and I just saw his red head right there. I saw his red head. He saw me, and I saw him.
At least we got our hands on him, son.
Bro, we got him, dude. We got him.
We got our hands on him.
Oh, man.
Dude, he yelped him up straight to the,
he come straight through that
We
thing,
hit him. We done come all the way up this field edge thinking that he should be somewhere coming down this ridge, this little valley right here. And that joker struck, and I think he was probably on that power line right away walking down through there. And we hit him, and he come up, and I thought, man, he's gonna walk back up that power line right away. I don't think he's gonna come through this field, son. He walked right through it like it was nobody's business.
I mean,
I'm talking walk straight to us. And we're standing up because you can't sit down. If you sit down, you can't shoot through this stuff. So we're standing up in that privet you see right there. And by that time I heard, by the time I saw black just emerge from that's just a wave, just a sea of this broom sedge. Dude. And I just saw black, and I said, there he is.
That was awesome. I saw right before you said, there he is. I saw him. I saw his head just barely moving. I said, I got him. Dude, I mean, that was probably, what, 40-yard shot?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I smoked him, but yeah, I tell you what.
Must have caught the edge of the pattern or something, son. He was coming on a dead run.
He's got some hooks on him, boy.
Muddy old legs.
Yeah.
He's been in the mud somewhere.
And I mean, you can't make this story up any better, huh? We're sitting over there at the house.
The cabin's on the top, on the other side of that mountain right there. I guess it's just a big old hill. It's probably back there, what, 400 or 500 yards, maybe 600 yards?
Yeah.
But he went back down this way, so we just kind of made a loop to try to strike him up because, I mean, he was gobbling at 11:30. He was in the right mood to die.
I'm glad that pest control guy came by
and pushed him away. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a hunt. That was unbelievable.
I mean, come yelping, I mean, just straight to the gun. Straight to the gun.
Because I ain't going to lie, I'll take him how I can get him, but I sure do like chasing him, you know? Oh, man, that was phenomenal. I was praying. I said, God, please let me find this turkey. And that sucker was just staring at me at 20 yards. Got him, boy.
Got him, boy. We're going to walk this puppy back up here to the camp to everybody else because just called them. They heard the gunshot and they're up there celebrating. So that turkey right there, if we can find one in that mood every day, son, we better kiss the ground we was giving, son, because they don't come like that very often.
No, they don't. Got him, boy. Unbelievable.
Congratulations. Look at that turkey, man.
Got him, son. Dude, it was unreal.
Awesome, dude. Congratulations, man. That's freaking awesome. That is awesome.
Through Vietnam. Oh, it was unbelievable. All right, so tell us the story. Oh, man. Where do we start, Dave? You start when we in the parking lot when y'all out hooded.
Awesome. Man.
All right, coming up, we got an obsessed episode, and when I say obsessed, I mean it. This kind of started out about Brian Callahan, country music guy, lives in Nashville. I follow him on Instagram, Mossy Oak through and through to the bone, but what happened is he took his grandfather and got his grandfather his first long beard. Man, you talking about special. Check this out.
The word obsession encompasses the mindset of everyone at Mossy Oak. We obsess over hiding from, chasing, and conserving the critters we pursue. In this episode, we dive into the obsession of country singer-songwriter Brian Callahan as he chases turkeys in Tennessee. This is The Obsessed.
You know, just being in the woods, I got addicted to it early on. Just hearing the different sounds and waking up seeing the sunrises and everything, you know, about it. And just the calm about it too, and the peace. It's something, I love being in the music business. I love singing, I love writing songs. But I probably love just a little bit more. I wouldn't say more, but it might be just a smidge ahead. I love hunting. I love the outdoors. I am completely obsessed. To me, a wild turkey, I love deer hunting. I love it with a passion, but a wild turkey, just watching him strut coming in and gobbling, you know, that close, that really, that really gets a hold of you.
And when it comes to turkeys, Brian's a turkey hunter. He can sniff them out and he can call them out. I've seen him do it time and time again.
Moving from Georgia to Nashville, Tennessee was a big culture shock. You know, I was kind of scared leaving a small town and leaving where I had a place to hunt. You know, but once you get on the outskirts of Nashville, man, it's just like it felt like back home to me. The way the country is a beautiful country. And I've been blessed to be able to meet people who's let me hunt. My hunt was exciting as soon as we got out of the truck. Yeah, luck was on our side. We come up over this hill, and I know these birds kind of hang around this cattle gate, and we was looking at these birds out in the field. And the birds went over the hill. We snuck around, went around the field and got back on them. Didn't get a shot. Actually got pretty close, but I don't believe we could get them on camera. So we went back around, and I got ahead of them, and some birds were gobbling behind us, and just did some soft calling and kind of eased to them a little bit, and they come over the hill, and the rest is history. Hunting my granddaddy, we've been hunting a long time together. It goes back to probably before I had a driver's license. Yeah, I mean, he's he's trial and error over the last few years. We've had some mistakes, but those things happen, during turkey hunting, and it's more of the experience. You want to kill every time, but sometimes it just don't work out. But that hunt yesterday was man, I tell you, just that long beard coming up over the hill, strutting, and him be able to get a shot. That's where it's at.
Got him, Pawpaw.
We got him.
I love you.
I love you too.
That's awesome. That was kind of a split second. Got lucky a little bit without busting them,
That's what it's all about, right?
Let's go get them. Come on.
I had to hold back the tears, keep my emotions down, because that's awesome. You've never killed a longbeard, and seeing the smile on his face, and he loves it. You can tell he loves it when you look at it. To do it with other folks, other people, that's the key factor in turkey hunting to me. I'm Brian Callahan, and I'm obsessed.
when they talk about mighty oaks growing from acorns. We've got a pretty good idea what they mean.
All right, coming up next, more great, unbelievable turkey footage from the Drurys.
That one?
No.
Where?
Got him, Taylor.
Got him. Where? Ready?
Got him, Taylor. Good shot.
Woo! Holy turkeys this morning.
Unbelievable.
Holy smokes.
That was a show.
That was a show.
Good job, Taylor.
That was crazy.
That was amazing.
That was fun.
Here, and luckily it worked out, and Taylor got her bird on the final day of the first season. Oh yeah. Peak breaker.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. He's all tagged up.
Yep.
And let's see that double beard.
That.
Nice.
Good.
All right, coming up, we got Country Outdoors. Got that Aussie accent going on. I love this stuff. Y'all check it out.
Look what I found.
Me and Mary are in Kansas. We don't have a camera guy anymore, just me, her, and the dog. We had to cancel all our Tennessee and Kentucky hunts, so we came out to my buddy Caleb Schenke's place with K&S Outfitters. He had to cancel most of his hunts, and they're quarantining, so we won't even see him this week. But we love this place. This is where me and Mary killed both of our biggest deer, and can't wait to chase some turkeys with our bows this week.
Yeah, the jakes have run off the gobblers and the coyote. I'm not against shooting a jake. Hey jakes, go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. We want your dad. Go over here. Go away.
Yeah, Zach's telling me that I'm not allowed to shoot the jakes. Whatever, I've got nothing against shooting jakes, just a FYI, but I'm just saying though, if he wasn't here, there'd probably be some jakes on the ground.
I can see a really nice shed straight ahead, which is awesome. Kansas has big bucks. That looks like almost like my first buck. It's about the size of my first buck.
This is our first hunt without having anyone to help film. So it's just you and me and our Tacticam. Shout out Tacticam, you are legends.
I film for a living.
Yeah, well that's probably pretty handy too. All I'm gonna say is, Zach didn't send it hard enough. Hate to see it. You got it. That's the first bird I've ever called in by myself.
And?
And with my bow. I'm shaking right now. Absolutely shaking. That is a pretty bird. on the ground with no blind. My first time ever calling in a turkey with my mouth call. My first bird ever with my bow. Thank you, Chad, American Strutter. I know I'm not a great caller, but it did the trick for sure. And I'm just stoked right now.
When you only get one tag apiece and she kills hers, you know what that means.
You're up.
My turn.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to go grab a coffee and then do some scouting for your bird, Zach.
I've already done the scouting, so we're gonna go to Virgil and shoot one.
I guess we're gonna go to Virgil and shoot one then.
I know where they're at.
Okay. You know what it reminds me of when the birds come running in like that? Like not when he's strutting, but when they come running in. It's like raptors. They're like velociraptors. They're like head down like this, running in with their hooks. Jurassic Park. Love Jurassic Park.
Well. Actually, well, no.
Is there a fuzzy puppy in here? Is there a fuzzy puppy that wants a surprise? Hey, guess what? Guess what, Forrest? I got a present. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for it? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Mama got you a turkey. Mama got you a turkey.
Places you don't want to have a flat tire. Middle of nowhere, next to a blazing inferno. Big rocks breaking my tires, messing us up, saving turkeys' lives. They will pay for it.
Mary has killed her turkey, which means I get to hunt. So, for the first time ever, we got camera girl Mary, which is interesting. So, no promises. We'll see if it's in focus. Yeah, well, we'll see if it's in focus and exposed. So, they just burned this pasture off like 2 days ago, and they were in here already yesterday. So, we're gonna camp out for a while, deer hunt them, and I don't know, shoot them with my bow. Why not? That did not work.
At least my footage is looking good, hey?
I haven't looked at it yet. It's probably horrible.
It's pretty prime, I think.
Yeah, so we got like 4 hours, so I think we're just gonna ease up to where they were and sit and hope they come back.
Sounds good. Zach really doesn't like bow hunting turkeys, which makes me laugh because then he gets annoyed. He just gets so serious.
I think he's gonna be dead right there. Was it in focus?
Yes.
Look what I found. Got him. He didn't go too far. Oh. Look at him.
Pretty. Look at those feathers. What do you think of that archery hunting out?
I'm gonna be honest, like I would rather archery hunt turkeys than not hunt turkeys. But if I have the choice between a gun and a bow, definitely taking my gun.
It's definitely like a whole other ball game.
It's tough, man. I'm at my buddy Caleb Shanky's place, K&S Outfitters, but with everything going on, he has had to cancel his whole spring season.
Yeah.
So we were able to get here early enough that we've been in our camper by ourselves for long enough. They're not even hanging out with us. It's literally just me and you. So if she doesn't Carol Baskin me before this is over, I'd be pretty shocked. If I turn up dead.
Thank you for having
Next.
us, Kansas. It has been legit.
Next step of our social distancing, Wyoming.
The Country Outdoors Turkey Tour is brought to you by Outdoor Channel, Diamondback Truck Covers, Tacticam, Nomad Outdoors, Twisted X Boots, Gander RV and Outdoors.
American Strata,
and Blue Otter Polarized.
I can't handle stuff like this. My nerves can't take it. Oh my God.
Chasing Spring, still at it. I bet you they got some great stuff to look at. Chasing Spring, week 4. Check it out.
Welcome back to another episode of Chasing Spring. This week I am not on the gun, and hopefully,
but we're still in Missouri.
Good fortune
Yeah.
comes back around.
Yeah.
Glad to have that one off.
Yeah, get that one away.
So where'd y'all go from Ed's? Back to your place?
Back to my place, and this is it's a farm that actually I killed one in season 1 of Chasing Spring on, and it's been a place that we've hunted our whole lives, really.
There's always a few birds in there.
Yeah, it's
off and on. Sometimes there's like 2.
Yeah, because it's not a
sometimes
real
there's 10.
big. It's not a real big property.
Okay.
But there's a lot of bigger farms around it, and so
you can pull from.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, one morning they may all be there, and there may be 7 or 8 gobblers there, and then the next morning you'd be like, oh, they're all over on the neighbors. You know.
It's always a place where, like, we'll always stop. If we're driving by there, we're stopping.
Oh yeah, you're always gonna stop and yelp and check them and be like, oh, they're there, they're not.
And so you guys traded me in for this guy named Chewy?
His name's Scott, but we've called him Chewy. He's one of our high school buddies we played football with, and he's our young adults pastor at our church, and he's just he's been a lifelong friend.
Awesome.
And he went to Nebraska with us in season 1 and killed a couple turkeys out there with us. But
it's hard to get him off the gun. He likes to shoot. So that it's just one thing you have to know. Like if you take him hunting, he's like, hey, I'll shoot first.
Yeah. You don't have to go, hey, who wants to shoot?
There's no drawing straws. There's no like he's gonna lead the pack and he's gonna sit at the tree where the turkey's coming.
Yeah,
That's all.
and which is great.
Yeah, it's fine with us.
It eliminates any debating factor. Like, hey, no, for real, I'd like for you to
shoot this one.
No. Yeah, there's none of that. He's like, hey, I'll shoot. All right, cool.
Well, the morning has started out slow, but it just picked up. So got over here to one of Lovey's properties, and they snuck up there and saw a longbeard. And then a different turkey gobbled, because while he was looking at the one longbeard, another turkey gobbled. We don't know where at, but not too far away. So, and that's the brand new Lucky Duck. About to hammer him with the new Jerome. It's kind of a prototype. He has no beard yet, but
he hasn't given us any trouble either.
But he does look good. I think we're about to hammer some turkeys. Austin, camera guy, has not showed up yet, so Lovey's on duty. So our footage is going to look way better. Yeah, we'll have better footage. I think on this edge, though, that gobbler will never see us. Not if we stay over the bow. Got to be very careful because we can kind of see the field right there, but luckily it's been raining a lot, so the ground is very quiet, so that helps a lot. But the turkeys aren't very far, so. There it was. He's not far. That's 200 yards. Where he gobbled. About 100.
The turkeys were gobbling on the backside. There's a big cattle pasture there, and it's got timber on the draws on both sides. They were just over on the backside. So we get in the woods and we come all the way around. It's one of those deals, like in a perfect world, you want to get up on top of the ridge in the edge of the timber, but that wasn't possible just where they were. So we kind of had to set up on the backside of the ridge a little bit we could see maybe 40 yards or something in the field. And so we sneak up there, and it's one of those deals, like get the decoy as high on in the field as you can without getting too high.
And so I crawled out there, but I'm like as low as like a black snake, as low as you could possibly get, because I know if I peek over the hill, they're probably gonna be like 30 yards.
Right.
But I want to get the decoy where they could see it.
Yeah.
But as soon as they see it, you got to crawl back as fast as you can, because they're probably coming.
Definitely closer.
And it was one of those things where, like, you yelp, like, all right, we need to see exactly where they are. You yelp, and you're like, there's somewhere between 2 and 11 turkeys right there. You don't really.
There's enough.
Yeah, there's plenty to go around.
By the big tree, Scott. I can see one. By the big oak tree, yeah. Here they come. One to the right. Oh, wait. The one to the right. Left. There you go. But you shot the one I was mostly on. Mostly? Yeah. Well, I was just kind of wide because there were so many of them. And like several times through that, all 4 of their heads were on. I was like, I don't want to kill all of them in one shot.
Not on film, anyway.
That was awesome. I mean, Lovey he's had this property for a good while, and he kind of knows these birds pretty well. We popped over the hill. They were down here with some hens, and they didn't want to come at first, but then we started hammering them pretty bad.
And they came pretty fast.
Yeah, and then they come pretty fast.
And
then it was like,
which one to shoot.
Yeah, it's like
Jeff kept going right.
I'm sitting behind him, and we were debating. I was like, oh, should we double? Should we not? But this tree's kind of in the wide open. It's like I don't want to make sure we get one, so let's not spook them. I really enjoy hunting with you guys when y'all are both calling back and forth. It's not every day that you get to hunt with 2 guys who have hunted together as much as you guys have, because y'all are kind of, I mean, like some of my buddies that I duck hunt with, when I hear them make a sound on the duck call, like I know what they're seeing. And you guys are that way. You're kind of like you're reading each other's mind based on the calling that you're hearing.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and because we have hunted so much together that a lot of times, I mean, we do because there's no reason not to, but like I seriously think that we could go a whole morning and not even talk to each other and never miss a beat, because I'd be like, just look at each other. It's like a quarterback and a wide receiver when they get, like give you the look, like what the other guy's going to do, and it makes it really fun.
Very nice.
I'm not used to doing things on camera, so that's about as long as I can wait.
And I didn't think they were all going to strut, so I was like, oh, I'll start calling, they'll start gobbling, and they did. They were gobbling.
I waited a few seconds after they
Look, you blue feathers all the way back there. Turkeys really haven't gobbled very good today. Like, we started out at 2 or 3 other farms and didn't hear anything. It was terrible. So we're just kind of trolling now, and we did find one. We actually found 5. 5 with a hen.
Yeah, 5 and a hen. Now there's 4 and a hen.
Now there's 4 and a hen. So about 2 days from now, I'd say you could probably come back and shoot another one if I was guessing. So
this is a good spot. It rolls
but
well.
Yes,
you can get pretty close to them before you start.
Well, it's nice because you can park, and Lovey killed one on video up there last year. You can park and you can walk like 20 yards, if that, and you can kind of see down in this bottom.
Like 300 yards.
And they love it right here on this ridge. And the new Jerome did his job. Like I've said a million times, I don't know how y'all keep doing it, but congratulations.
Hey, at least that one wasn't off the limb. We had to hunt it a little bit longer that morning, but
still got breakfast.
It
was still well before noon.
Yeah, we did.
Well, this has been another episode of Chasing Spring. I guess from here, where are y'all headed? Out west?
Western Run.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
Wyoming.
Western Run.
Perfect. Well, tune in next week, and the boys will be in Wyoming.
That's right.
All right.
All right, we done. Week 4, again, for all you hardcore Bander brothers and sisters out there, you're welcome. How cool is it? I'm telling you, every week, Mossy Oak turkey season live. Not going to be any different next week. 1 week from today, same time, week 5, y'all check it out.